There is, though, an actual story that suggests that maybe the authorities are going to be investigating not just New York City radio in general, for having influence by people who have money.
You are the one.
Anyway, alrighty then. You know what I wanted to get into? Anything else with this? Yo, you know what I wanted to get into, chat? Ooh, I actually think this is cap, but there are people, and I know I'm pulling up Tasha K, so it's already like, But I think Tasha K, you know, I don't know if I don't accuse her of being a liar or whatever, but like, I think she'd be trying to go off good faith information. I seen her tweet out today. She said, exclusive, allegedly, Charlamagne the God contract is not up for renewal. His contract ends January 21st. Close source tells me they're not bringing him back, reportedly due to his shift in the political space. What does this mean for the future of the Breakfast Club? Everything's allegedly. Even my name is allegedly. So what do y'all say? Are y'all happy to see him go or y'all want him to stay? Sound off below. Let me just say this before I even get into this. I'm covering this topic. I don't believe it for a second. Charlamagne is the life of Power 105. He is the heart, the soul. He is the pulse. And if you ask me, when it comes to anything that has to do with the Breakfast Club, he's responsible for. Now, the reason why I don't believe this is that, you know, there's a few things that kind of chime in, right? Like, some people say, Charlamagne signs deal, I heart. The reason why people are coming up with this, they're saying in 2020, December, Charlamagne struck a 5-year deal. So the first year would end in 2021. Second year would end in 2022. Third year, 2023. Fourth year, 2024. And the fifth year would be now 2025, around December this time. So they're wondering, has he renewed his relationship with iHeartMedia, right? I don't even know why that's a thing, but it probably is a thing because people are looking at other people getting fired and they say, what's going to, you know, happen with Charlamagne? Now, I want to be honest with you. I'm going to entertain this, but I don't think Charlamagne's going anywhere. I think he's too important to iHeart. And I think Charlamagne is smart. He's made himself important to iHeart because once he did his deal for Black Effect with iHeart, he made it where he's the only cultural hub access point to Black culture and podcasts for iHeart. It's like when Jay-Z made himself the access point for Black culture with the non-kneeling stuff. Of course, if he was able to get people to stop kneeling, he would gain so much power or even, influence over everybody at that station. Right? So here's the thing. People are thinking Charlamagne's thing might be up. Tasha K saying it's not going to be up. It's not up for renewal. Did I spell his name wrong? What the fuck? Wait a second. There was a bunch of videos that dropped. Here are some videos, right?
Man, you see what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? There's one clap. Your ass.
And I guess they do a live stream that's not on air, but like it's on Instagram. And this is supposedly Charlamagne in a off-the-cuff way kind of talking about the industry and maybe alluding to his contract. Actually, before then, there was another thing. That's why people are sparking these rumors, right? What that ends up being, oh my God. What that ends up being is this video here where Charlamagne is kind of seen, or he's asked directly about his contract with iHeart, and he responded like this.
I mean, it was 2020 when you started it, and I believe it was a 5-year deal. Be behind a mic. So as you mentioned, Charlamagne, it was 2020 when you started it, and I believe it was a 5-year deal. So your renewal is coming up with iHeart. Do you plan to renew?
You know what's so interesting about 2020? That it was COVID, right? And so being that it was COVID, like, everybody that I reached out to said yes to the Black Effect Podcast Network, and that's why we were able to launch with 20 plus, 20 plus different podcasts. But that's crazy. You knew that.
I was gonna say, how do you know this?
Because when the press release says it was a 5-year deal, and the press release came out December 2020, and we're almost there.
Carrie, guys, Carrie can read.
Carrie can read.
That's amazing.
You learned anything today? So I don't think you answered my question.
Yeah. We call that the weave, I learned.
The bob and weave.
Saw Donald Trump say that on Flagrant, the weave.
So we don't...
She's waiting for
Dolly, can you answer the question?
Can you repeat the question?
The question is, your deal with iHeart expires at the end of this year. Are you going to renew with iHeart?
Why not?
I don't like to talk business. It's not the place to talk business.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a lot of fun.
Media conference.
We have a lot of time to decide that. So we'll let you know December 31st at 11.
Is this his wife or like his business partner? I don't know.
59 p.m.
See,
good answer.
What you guys are kind of alluding, though, is that you're talking around. Like, your options are...
No, I'm not alluding to nothing.
Okay.
I said I'm weaving.
Oh, it's Carrie Flynn. Who's that? Oh, no. That's an interviewer. Who's this person? Oh, Dolly Bishop. Who's that? Oh, I guess she helps run Black Effect Podcast Network. Okay. All right. So he kind of like evades it, and then he talks about it in like a behind the scenes like live stream with the Breakfast Club.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Charlotte, what lick we about to hit? I don't know, man. Things tight out here in these streets, man. You see what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know if any licks about to be hit, man. I think everybody should just be happy to be making a living. That's what my mom always told me. My mom always said, just be happy to be making a living. I'm just happy to be making a living, okay? Somebody say, Charlotte, you gonna sub to Envy's foot OnlyFans? Envy might have to. We don't know what this gonna look like after this week.
I told him, I said, yo.
You see what's happening in these streets?
I said, if we get serious, I'm back to OnlyFans with my feet, babe.
What's up with your voice?
My voice, I still got a cold, man.
You about to go get that other nose job over the holidays.
Yo, shut up, man.
You getting that nose job
I never
finished.
got no damn nose job. You better stop.
Because he sound crazy. Remember when he got that nose job and then he came back talking about he had to get his nose cleared out or something crazy?
I did not get no damn nose
crazy.
job.
Somebody said they thought T.I. got a brain surgery. That's wild.
Damn.
He got brain surgery.
Damn.
That is wild.
Somebody said if we get fired, they'll be so hurt. OMG.
Okay, so I guess this is where he's at.
That was a good run, guys.
Great run.
Why y'all acting like that?
That is so wild. I'm just
stupid.
exactly, Taylor.
It
That's
was a great
crazy.
run, though. It was a great,
Y'all are
it was a great
crazy.
run. We ain't going nowhere, but it was a great run.
Well, Jess is already home, so she's halfway there.
Shut up, man.
You know what I'm saying? Already halfway there. I know. Trust me, I know. Shit, I ain't stupid. I know.
Somebody said, do we know something that we don't? We don't know nothing. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody. What?
Okay, so I want to add some context to this. Charlamagne's a very smart guy. He's also a company guy. He loves iHeart. iHeart loves him. I think. I don't believe for a second, and this might be the leverage that iHeart has on him, because of the Black Effect Network, which, if you look up, there was some news that came out recently about podcasts and iHeart. This will tell you, look, so Netflix and iHeart is nearing a podcast deal. Netflix has been trying to make big moves. They're trying to acquire HBO Max. They're trying to acquire a bunch of shit. Not only just HBO. What else? What are they trying to? Let me see. Netflix, HBO. They're trying to acquire a bunch. Warner Brothers, HBO Max, right? And they're trying to acquire all of this shit, right? HBO. I don't know if it's final, but HBO Max, Warner Brothers, and a mega deal. They're also doing a deal with iHeart for a podcast deal, right? And it says videos to be pulled from YouTube. Let's read this. This is from the Ankler. Netflix has notched a victory in his battle to take on YouTube. And no, I'm not talking about his winning bid to acquire Warner, which we all know is far from a done deal. This subscription giant is nearing a deal to bring a slate of iHeart Media video podcasts to its subscribers. And according to multiple sources with the agreement, as part of the deal, I'm told those shows will not distribute full episodes on YouTube. Now, why is this important? Charlamagne has a catalog up there. Charlamagne's the Bill Simmons for iHeart, as Bill Simmons was for was it ESPN necessarily, or at least there's some network, right? This is why I believe that Charlamagne's worth at the Breakfast Club or with iHeart, it's not about his on-air talent anymore. Charlamagne is highly entertaining when he wants to be. And by the way, sometimes we give him some flack because we're like, bro, you're too woke. You're doing this mental health stuff. But anytime he needs to charge it up, he does. And he's really talented. He's my GOAT. He's one of my GOATs when it comes to media. The guy's good. I don't think iHeart is keeping him there because of his talent anymore, because Charlamagne he's measured there. He's not crashing out no more. He's not doing the things to go viral. He's having honest and regular and measured conversations. He's not trying to get viral moments. He's not sniffing seats. He's not making people cry. He's not doing none of that. What he's doing is doing a really good job of showing his range. So that's not why I think they would keep him on air, because he's not getting viral moments like that anymore, even though they still have good guests. Why I think they would keep him on air, okay? They would keep Charlamagne on air because of how powerful he is in that building. Now, granted, let's look at the Black Effect podcast, right? Now, there's a bunch of scrubs on there too, but he does have a good catalog. Some of these people we don't know about, right? He does have Big Facts, right? Poor Minds, I just seen Joe Budden on it. He has that too. He has 85 South Show, All the Smoke. There's a bunch of losers on here too. Let me see. Some of these people I don't know that well. Oh, Drink Champs is on here. I don't know. Is Drink Champs really hitting like that anymore? But whatever. He has this fucking loser on here. But he kind of has a decent catalog of people that fold up under, which, by the way, what's the difference between Big Facts and Perspective with Banks? Isn't Bank on both podcasts, or am I tripping? I don't know. So if we kind of scroll down, and the Breakfast Club is also under Black Effect, I think that was part of the deal. Not gonna lie. I don't know what the budget would be, but I have to imagine that this is a decent look for Charlamagne. Okay? Now, granted, it's not like having a Joe Budden podcast on there, but 85 South Show is no slouch, even though I think most of their viewership comes from YouTube. But they're under Black Effect. All the smoke. I think Charlamagne's worth at iHeart is going to be Black Effect podcast, which makes him, if you ask me, Charlamagne is an executive playing ball. So when y'all are saying, will his contract be renewed? I think y'all are being simple-minded. Y'all should say, what happens to Black Effect? Because here's the thing. Even if Charlamagne gets $3 million a year, right? Say they pay him $3 million a year. Even if he's not giving no moments on the mic, because you could use Charlamagne to recruit new podcasts, right? Bro, I didn't want to sign a deal. Charlamagne came to me or he hit me and he put me with his people and I put him with my people. And it was like, yo, I want to talk to you about Black Effect. I don't want to sign no deal. I'm good. But Charlamagne's my guy. We all look up to Charlamagne. He's a GOAT. I think iHeart needs Charlamagne. They need him to go get people in. If they're ever trying to get into this culture that we're in, they need Charlamagne. So when people say that they think he's going to be let go, what's some bum-ass thing his name? E-Bummin' Rosendweeb. No, he's not going to. It's a lot of things have to be figured out. And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy or fine, but there's a lot of shit to be discussed. So this idea, I think they're playing it up. I don't think they're serious.
What the Bible say? Nobody knows the day nor the hour.
Y'all don't get that? Y'all can't see that yet, chat? Don't nobody know nothing.
Don't nobody know the day nor the hour. Okay?
Jess, did it snow in Baltimore? I don't know if it snowed in Baltimore, but it snowed where I live at. So yeah, we got a couple inches up here. Near DC. I'm near DC. Stop banging the table, y'all.
Yo, this was funny. Somebody said Radio Rico. I think this is what I would like to do. You know, at the end of the year, we do all these year-end reviews, right? All these year-end reviews of like albums and stuff like that. You know what we need to do in 2025? Do a year-end review of all the bullshit stories that bloggers and other podcasters and everybody told y'all that were not true. Because y'all be just letting... I saw somebody put Radio Rico. Like, y'all be letting these people say anything, and then when it don't happen, y'all forget about it.
I agree. There's no Radio Rico. That sentiment came from people thinking that DJ Envy was going to fold up with his friend, and I forgot the guy's name, that were scamming people for, if you want a mortgage or like some house shit. I forgot what it was, but I think that's what that was.
But if we actually, at the end of the year, did a compilation of all the lies that these podcasters and these YouTubers and these bloggers and everybody tell you about, that would be better than any other year-end wrap-up. We need to do the year-end bullshit. Let's do that. Who want to do the year-end bullshit wrap-up? Y'all want to do that? Yeah, do it. Let's do the year-end bullshit, and we rank the top 10 biggest caps of the year from everything. For everything. Podcast. Because, here's the thing. Everybody got content, right? Everybody got to create content. So every day they either going live or they got to do a podcast every week. So they don't care about what they tell y'all, as long as it gets traction. It's actually hilarious. My favorite thing to do is listen to these YouTubers who don't know what the hell they be talking about. But it's just like, who gonna check them? Like, they don't know nothing, and they talking to a bunch of other people who don't know nothing, so y'all believe it. But at the end of the year, we need to do a year-end bullshit wrap-up.
When you hit...
Okay.
All right.
Clearly, y'all practice bad habits, all right?
No, I don't. All right. There's another clip.
And the snow on top of that. And the snow on top of that.
And ain't
speaking that on us.
Ooh la la. I ain't speaking it on us. I'm speaking it on you. Ooh la la la.
God do not like ugly. That's what God do not like ugly.
It's all good, Taylor.
Now somebody the other day was like 911 call me back, and I ain't want to call them.
That's the end of those corporations. Ooh. And then
January.
Sorry, they already clipped.
Okay. Is this a full clip? Is this a full clip, y'all? Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Good.
All the time.
And I'm telling you right now.
Oh, here we go.
Apps.
Nah, I think so. Somebody said, why give them light to the false stories? It's not about
Apps.
Nah, I think so. Somebody said, why give them light to the false stories? It's not about giving them light. I just think that, like y'all was somebody earlier was talking about the panel we did with the New York Times a couple of weeks ago. And the first question that was asked of us, is can you trust the media? And, somebody said it depends how you defining media, right? Because there is different types of media nowadays. But for the stuff that y'all consume all the time on, YouTube and everything else, I think that y'all should know who's telling the truth and who's not. And I want to say this to all of those people. You wonder why you're not growing. You think you're growing, but you're really not. You wonder why you're not growing. It's because people can't trust you. If you become a source that people can actually trust,
True.
If you get it right more times than you get it wrong, if you're not actually lying to people, I promise you things will constantly continue to grow.
Yeah, but the
you.
problem is they think they're growing, right? Because they might be growing a little bit financially, and we see it with a lot of these blogs. A lot of the times they're lying, right? And they lie so much they start believing in their lies.
I don't think they're growing financially. I think they make a couple of dollars off YouTube. I think it's the attention they get. That's what I think they like.
That's it too. The attention.
Y'all like
that
the attention. Y'all like being in headlines. Y'all like people because you can tell, right? Because there's some people who they never used to want to be on camera, and you can tell when people start to feel like they're getting a little bit of attention because now all of a sudden they want to be in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, you actually probably need to go back to hiding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody who really does this, I don't understand why you even want the stress of not talking about things that's real. I be so stressed out when I do something wrong or anything. I be stressed.
They have a definition of it. They call it trolling.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like
I don't know how you live your life like that.
They're not
Also,
even trolling, they lying.
You
I
wanna-
troll.
Yeah, but for some, trolling is a lie.
But you don't
like,
see
I'm
these
looking at
people in
put
real
some
life
stuff in
ever?
there, but people lie. But the problem with the lie is people want to believe it. Like they want to believe it because they want something to talk about. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, Box Benji said pop off with some names, bro. No, y'all give me some names right now, and I'll tell you if I'm talking about these people. Give me some names. See, this is what I mean when I say I blame y'all. Y'all know who be lying. Give me some names. Give me some names. Give me some names. Give me some names. Give me some names.
Y'all keep putting Ebro in there. I don't know what Ebro talks about or none of that, so I that's not on my mind. But for instance, the clear one to me, I'll say one. Dame Dash. He came up here and he made up a lot of statements that weren't true.
I'm talking about the bloggers.
Oh, the blog. We could do the bloggers all day long.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all saying academics, that's not true. Ack is more right than he is wrong a lot of times. Now,
talk to him, Charla.
Ack has an opinion.
Talk to him, Charla.
And, you know, you can be wrong about your opinion, but I be hearing Ack say things, because Ack really do be getting stuff from, you know, actual labels or like people close to it.
He reaches out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let me clear this up. And again, I don't think this was definitely not from me. And I also made sure I checked, because there has been this idea for Radio Rico. And I do know pages associated and affiliated and even owned by me have referred to this, but I do want to make sure this is very accurate and clear. The idea for Radio Rico had nothing or has nothing, and there is no link to The Breakfast Club, to DJ Envy, to Ebro, to Funk Flex. There is, though, an actual story that suggests that maybe the authorities are going to be investigating not just New York City radio in general, for having influence by people who have money. Okay? So if we're talking about a possible Radio Rico, and obviously anytime when somebody be like, yo, this is the freaky Rico, this is the Freako. We're not saying this is a Rico for being freaky. This is just, that's how you're calling these charges. So is that accurate? Yes. The federal authorities and other investigating bodies are looking into some of these things that we think are, you know, they're looking at it as maybe it's payola, maybe it's whatever, and that will be the Radio Rico. What I want to clarify, and by the way, I want to give the credit to DJ Envy and also Charlamagne the God, because again, I don't know where this has emanated from, but because they're right. I get real information. I'm not just saying shit. I've never co-signed, agreed with, or stood on, DJ Envy's about to get, because that's where I think this is boiling up at. People thought, DJ Envy's about to get arrested for Rico. No. The only thing with DJ Envy that's a criminal matter that people seem to care about is the whole thing that DJ Envy was working with some guy named Cesar Pena in real estate, which, by the way, the feds have investigated DJ Envy. They took his phone. He gave it up willingly, and they still haven't came with charges, which means, and whatever they accuse him of, they must be at least okay with that to not charge him, and they could have charged him and offered him a deal. Okay?
Reaches out.
Yep.
He reaches out.
See, now, okay. I see a big liar on the page right now. Okay. I do love Drake now. That is true. Okay, he gonna ride for his guy. That is absolutely true.
They're not really putting no names on there.
Nah, they not. Not nobody I know. I only saw one that I know that I can confirm. It's Big Cap. But y'all know that already, though. That one don't even count. Like y'all know that one is. I might do that list, man. Top 5 biggest lies told this year.
On Breakfast Club?
No, not just on Breakfast Club. Just in general. Like, I mean, listen, here's the thing.
You know what? Giving people platform about some things, though.
Lauren give a good point. Let's just say Lauren's wig will be laid properly.
You did that.
No, I didn't.
We've already talked about that.
Lauren brings up a good point. I can't confirm or deny anything about anybody else too much. I can only confirm or deny the stuff that about us for real.
Yeah, that was
you know what I'm saying?
us.
And
Yo, okay. And by the way, this isn't like their on-air broadcast. This is like a live stream they do to engage with followers a little bit more. Remember I told you about Hot 97? They're just antiquated. They never adjusted. Breakfast Club, not only are they streaming all their segments, or not streaming, but they're posting all their segments and also interviews, they also want to, like, you know, kind of get in the mix. Like, oh, let's reach out to the people. That's why they're doing these podcasts. Yeah, I'll play a little bit more. Wait.
Good.
All the time.
Here we go.
Apps.
Not what people.
Oh, this is what I was trying to say. Yo, respectfully, Charlamagne is no longer a player. And Charlamagne, if you hear me say this, I'm not being mean. I'm not, you know, I love you. But the reason why I say Charlamagne is not a player is because I think Charlamagne is he's a top 3 media personality of all time. I would call him the GOAT for me, but like I get when people bring up other people that I wasn't that privy about, I get why that might be a discussion. Charlamagne is a executive at this point. He's just acting like a player. So I hope you get what I'm saying. Charlamagne is an executive. He's just kind of like placating as a player because the cool points matter. But it's been a long time since, you know, the reason why some of y'all might be like, yo, oh, Charlamagne used to be this and used to be that. Yeah, he can't be that anymore because he's an executive. The brand relies on him.
Apps.
Not
Here, we've had
Marco. You create content, you put it on social media, it goes to YouTube, and then I like what the Jake Pauls, people like 85 South Show, like people who Drewski, people who have taken what it is they were doing online and in all those new media spaces and then taking them to other places. Like, people forget 85 South Show had a number one special on Netflix. You know what I mean? That's dope to me.
Yeah, but not only that, here at the Breakfast Club, we've given a lot of these people a real honesty and a real platform to say what they want to say. Like all those people that you said have been up here before they started. You remember how early on DC Young Fly was up here?
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Man, you see what's happening, man. Y'all forget about it. But if we actually, at the end of the year, did a compilation of
and the snow on top of that.
And ain't nobody checking on us. They see everything that's going on in New York radio, but ain't nobody checking to make sure we all right. Okay? Damn. We don't know what's gonna happen next.
Stop speaking that on us.
Ooh la la. I ain't speaking on us. I'm speaking on you. Ooh la la la.
God do not like ugly. God do not like ugly.
It's all good, Taylor.
Now somebody the other day was like 911 call me back, and I ain't want to call him back.
Nah.
Because I knew what it was.
I ain't got time.
I knew what it was. Yeah, 911.
How many minutes we have read?
I knew what it was.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right. So they just basically keep talking. All right, cool. Give me a second. All right. So yeah, we'll figure out what's going on with the Breakfast Club, but I do have high hopes for them. I really don't think it's the end of most creators. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'm trying to say, bro, is like at the end of the day, I don't believe that Charlamagne narrative at all. You're gonna have to show me. Don't believe it.